Guys, check this out. It looks absolutely amazing. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about these awesome RGB lights over here. Now, this product was sent to me to review, but I'm here to give you my honest opinions on it. First off, I love the case, especially because if you're taking this thing around to weddings or events or anything like that, it's very, very durable. You can travel with it as well, and you don't have to worry about the lights breaking. Now, check this out. Let's go ahead and open it up. You can see we have all of the light bases here. Right over here, we actually have the bulbs themselves. So they are snug in here inside of this nice little styrofoam piece. So I do love those nice little partitions. Obviously, we also get this Velcro that holds that all together. We flip it over to this side. Check this out. We get this beautiful zipper over here. So once more, just like I mentioned earlier, perfect for travel. And then check this out. You're going to see in each of these bags, you get an individual remote for each one, as well as batteries that come along with it. Now, for the bases, they are definitely weighted. They have some nice weight to it, so you don't have to worry about them wobbling. Obviously, if you take them outdoors as well, they're going to do just great in the wind or anything like that. Right over here, you're going to see that we do have a threaded adapter. Let's go ahead and take that out. And with that being said, you can see that we get that beautiful adapter right over there. So if we just go ahead and pull this portion out as well, you can see that we actually have, let's go ahead and take that out. Once more, this is how you're going to go ahead and extend them. Now, what I'm going to do next is put this thing together, and let's go ahead and see how it looks. Guys, check this out. It looks absolutely amazing. As you can see, you can set this up in a bunch of different ways. They do orient themselves as well, which I'll show you guys. And check this out. We have the remote right here. They're all synchronized with each other. And if I go ahead and select auto, you can see we'll start to actually cycle through a bunch of these. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll pretend to be the subject standing in the center for the way that we oriented them. We'll back up with the camera. And what I'll do is I'll start selecting different colors. So here is red, for example. You can see just how quick that actually swaps. And then, of course, we can go ahead and cycle through the rest of these colors. Now, in terms of lighting, by the way, just so you're aware, we have no sort of ambient light at all. We're relying solely on these. So yes, they do produce light as well. And of course, they're not harsh by any means. So that's what I love quite a bit about that. Let's go ahead and check out the solid white, and bam, just like that. Look at that. So once more, if I was the actual subject, you could see we can go ahead and align them in a better rotation. Now, in terms of the inner seam, I do want to show that off, so that's going to be this right over here. So when you are using these lights, you do want to make sure you're positioning them perfectly just like that to avoid any of those spots. Now, once more, I'll just go ahead and move that over to the side. And also what I want to go ahead and show off is I'll go ahead and select another color. But before I do that, there's a brightness feature. You can actually just go ahead and hold down, and just like that, you can see we're able to actually just dim them down just like that. And if you want to go up, you can go in increments, or you can go ahead and hold it to increase that. Now, once more, in terms of modes as well, you can see just once more, I can go ahead and cycle through that. Now, you do have modes where, for example, I'll stop talking. And you'll see if we go ahead and select the microphone version as well, we can go ahead and control this with the sound. So if you have any ambient music, for example, it'll go ahead and synchronize to that, or of course, just as you're talking. So check this out. Hello, you can see that it goes ahead and goes up, and then once more. Hello, and just like that, it goes ahead and reacts to the actual ambient noise. Now, what I'll do next is go ahead and stop doing that because it's kind of distracting me, so I'll just go ahead and select a solid color, and look at that, so beautiful. Now, with that being said, you can see that right on the top, we have a really cool feature. We have a thread right over there. So you can go ahead and thread that with anything that you'd like, or of course, if you are trying to get very creative and connect them, you can do that as well. What I'll do is I'll place this over to the side, and you're gonna notice that this one has a tilt, and the reason why that is because I went ahead and actually utilized this portion here. So very quickly, what I'll do is I'll kind of just go right down here and look at this. You can see that if you are not using the remote, you can also go ahead and control it from here. Now, what I'll do is I'm just gonna go ahead and twist this, and then check that out. We're actually able to go ahead and angle this thing. So I'll angle it in a way where it's hopefully not going to tip over. So obviously I do want to get pretty strong with that. And then just like that, what I'll do is I'll kind of just set it to the side. And then once more, if you want to go ahead and make sure that you're avoiding any sort of spots, you can do that as well. And then boom, just like that, we'll get that portion going, and then bam. So take a look at this. I'll go ahead and kind of just settle this thing down as well. And you can see you can go ahead and do it horizontally if you wanted to, or diagonal, of course, like we're doing here in this case. And what that's gonna allow you to do is get some very, very unique and cool shots. So hopefully what I can do is go ahead and kind of just move these over this way for the cameraman, and then I'll kind of just go ahead and angle this one like over to the side, and check this out. You can now see kind of what we have going here. We'll also grab the remote really quickly. And with that being said, you can see that you can get some very cool shots. So whether you want to use these in the background, the foreground, it'll work no matter what. So once more, go ahead and go for some RGB really quickly. Now this is if the subject was behind it, but of course, once more, if we wanted the subject to be in front of it, you can do that as well. So kind of just angle it just like that. And once more, I'll just go ahead and crouch down and take a look. It just looks amazing. So overall, I would highly recommend this. If you guys found this review helpful today, have a nice day.